He'll go on the sand and then go on the bee grass after that. And just let him bowl over 6, just sweet as a nut. Steve O'Halloran is on Valentia that races in the Spring Champion Stakes. I just think let him go 6 home 2 comfortably, Steve. The last 50 just squeeze him, you know. Valentia finished his gallop, working over 1,200 metres. I shortened his distance for the final 2 days before his race. Brought it back from usually working over 7 furlongs, 1,400 to 1,200. Just keeping him a little bit sharp and fresh. Very, very exciting colt. The son of Fastnet Rock. He's been impeccable, his starts, all this preparation. And he really hits his right distance on Saturday in the 2,000 metre Spring Champion Stakes.
Hampton Court.
Last start winner.
He's pretty laid back this morning. He always is when he works by himself. But I was very surprised. Well, not very surprised, but I'm very happy with the way he's come through his run. He looked like he didn't even have a run last week. So he's held his condition well.
I love it when a horse comes off his run and he hasn't lightened off and he sort of puts on condition. And that's exactly what Hampton Court's done. He's really a bit of a pud, isn't he?
He is. He's a pretty boy.
Well, he'll take a stack of beating in the Spring Champion Stakes this Saturday at Randwick. Biggest thing is to train these horses to pick up. Not all of them are champions. Most horses are just, well, they're average, you know, and they're trying to pick or find the touch of brilliance in the horse, or the horse that could be developed and made into a brilliant horse. The horse in question that I was just talking about is bred in the purple. That just being bred in the purple doesn't always make you a champion. It's really your attitude and the way you treat things, and the way you look at life. And horses are no different.
Order of the Sun was my next.
I thought he's going lovely, isn't he?
He is. He's really switching on from the top of the straight home. Down the back there, he couldn't have a care in the world, but as soon as he hits the top of the straight, he switches on and takes you all the way to the line. So
Order of the Sun, of course, is racing this Saturday and will take a stack of beating. He's done everything right. He's ticked the box in every possible way. Looks amazing, and as Mark said, he's
just lovely, fluent, staying horse that he enjoys a good gallop. He's got a lovely long stride about him.
3 very exciting 2-year-olds that could easily run 1, 2, 3 on Saturday here in the 2-year-old race. The male will start with him. Now, I'm not being biased or putting pegging order, but Brooklands are very nicely credentialed. He was bred at Yarraman Park and they kept 50% of him, and the other 50% is owned by Sedgenho. He'll take a stack of beating. But the 2 girls I've got might just keep him very honest and could easily turn the tables.
Yeah, Golden Arrow. He had a canter this morning running Saturday. He's coming off a 5-length win last start. Looks fantastic. Makes a healthy looking horse around. He's in good order, ready to go again.
Bonfire's been a most interesting gelding. It came from England with a tag, I am too hard to train. I am a renegade, I'm naughty, and I'm going to do it my way, Bonfire's way. Well, it doesn't last long with a lady trainer, I can tell you that right now. And it's taken a long time, a lot of people working with the gelding, but he has come right. He's come back right with a vengeance. He's in a most winnable race, the Herbert Power, and from there we'll go, you know, from if he can win the race, he's in the Caulfield Cup. If he doesn't, well, then I'll reprogram him. But I definitely think you should be backing him on Saturday. Wandjina is doing 3 weeks in a row. I've just let him shoot the breeze. And by that I mean, just let him enjoy himself this week, because the races he's put in, the last 2, have been gut-wrenching. 2 weeks ago he ran a brilliant third in a group race, and then last week he was ridden, he was back of the field, he had no luck at all, and it was all over Rover. Wandjina's a very talented 3-year-old, and wherever he runs, he'll run well. Armalad I've had time for a long time, and when he won the JJ Atkins in Queensland in the winter months, I made up my mind then to set him for the Caulfield Guineas and Cox Plate. I've never heard. The horse is going super. And the other day, I think it was Vlad Jurek rode him, and he said, he's got the most amazing stride. He said, he's probably got the longest stride of any of your horses I've ever ridden. He'll take a stack of beating in the Caulfield Guineas, and you get in early and back him in the Cox Plate. Helford Ritter is one of the loveliest fillies I train. She's a 2-year-old. She was the top price yearling from Magic Millions this year. Coolmore stud secured her, And she reminds me very much of Haha, the filly I trained to win the Golden Slipper. She's big, she's strong. I put James McDonald on her the other day and said, look, just canter around with the blinkers on. Tell me what you think. And he came back and he said, super game. She said she feels a powerhouse. Hopefully we'll see that Saturday. Overreach delighted me in her trial. It was probably one of the most exciting pieces of work I've seen in a long time. She races on Saturday in the Scalacci and she'll give them a clean pair of heels. She's quality, 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 and very exciting. A very, very exciting mare. Tommy Berry will partner her. It's interesting with the stayers and the sprinters how they have different type of muscle. The stayers are much leaner and longer in his muscles, and the sprinter's much more compact and powerhoused and shorter coupled. By that I mean their hindquarters are bigger and stronger because that's where they need the push, with the speed horses and 2-year-olds.
All right, so we're here this morning at Desert War Lodge and I'm here with Mel Norton. Mel's an integral part of operations here. She looks after all the feeds. So Mel, I was just hoping that you could give the viewers a bit of an overview, not give away too many of your industry secrets, but just give them an idea of what goes into the feeds and the importance of a balanced diet in helping to get the most out of each and every horse.
But yeah, we feed a very basic sort of feed. We don't feed any premixed feeds. So we're feeding a very high energy feed for the horses that are competing racing, from when they're young as yearlings coming in all the way up to competitive racing. So we feed a high oats and corn content. We also feed tick bean, the 2 chaffs, green and white chaff, and then also the supplements, which we rely on a lot to bring out the important vitamins and nutrients the horses need to compete and go well. So we've got a mixed up feed here now. The mixed up feed here is basically a morning feed, so it's already made up with the potassium, Nutriline, racing oil, also the cow formula, lactin blue, Southbite, everything we need in it. And we just moisten that feed with some molasses, honey and hot water, and that makes a perfect sort of a moist sort of a feed.